Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void were prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
In the year 247, in the age of judges, Vartan was summoned home after the death of his father. Upon his return, Vartan discovered something evil festering beneath the city of Eterno. With the help of some very unlikely allies, Vartan works to uncover the mysteries of his hometown and put an end to the nightmares that plague his people. Welcome to Ethereal Embrace. I'm Baya, and last episode, Bastille was speaking rather impolitely to Priest Talmika. You know, who am I to judge on how people communicate with each other? They've spent a lot of time together, and maybe I was a little too harsh on Bastille. Or maybe Bastille just needs to be slapped.
Day 1. In the Temple of the 12. In the box are 2 magic items. One is a lamp and one is an old coin.
Oh, this is actually my grandpa's old collet coin. And she picks it up and flips it in her hand. And she says, when any of us kids would argue or fight over something, he would pull this out and say, call it dungeon or dragon. There's a dragon on one side of the coin, and there's a picture of a dungeon on the other. And if you got it right, so you call it while it's in the air, if you got it right, everyone could just tell before they even saw it, because suddenly we could articulate our point like we'd been studying the subject for decades, or we could literally juggle the toy we were just fighting over like a professional. But if you got it wrong, everyone could also tell, because you usually ended up just falling flat into a gif left by one of the horses. Actually, once, a cousin poked his own eye trying to grab a feather from his sister. He had to wear an eye patch for a week. And this is actually a coin called, just called Grandpa's Old Collet Coin. So twice per long rest, you can replace a d20 roll with a coin flip. If you call it correctly, critical success. If you call it incorrectly, critical failure.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up this odd stone lantern. Like it's obviously some kind of lamp that has a wick and looks like it holds oil or something, but it's not shaped like a normal lantern that we would have. I mean, obviously it's like a Moroccan oil lamp or like a genie lamp is what it looks like. I wonder what this thing is.
I don't think I've seen that.
I might have seen something like this traveling around. It's definitely old. It's not like most lamps that we have now. I wonder why she had it. I wonder what it does.
Baya produces a small flame and holds it out. Would you like me to light it?
Well, it doesn't look like it has oil in it right now.
That doesn't matter. This is thaumaturgy.
Yeah. Go ahead and light it. See what it does.
Sure.
You light it, and the lamp begins to light up with runes, but then they fade away and fizzle out. It appears to need something else to be able to fully activate.
Were you able to get what some of those runes were saying?
It was too quick.
Oh.
Sorry, I was focusing on not burning myself.
Yeah, and I appreciate you not burning me too. I guess I'll hold on to this one, and maybe we can figure out what it does.
Sounds good.
I don't have any of my stuff on me now to put oil in it, but I definitely got oil back at the house, so we'll have to check it out at the house.
Okay, that's everything that was in the chest and in the letter. Anything else you guys want to do with Bastille or Talmika or anywhere else, or want to go home and get ready for dinner?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready for dinner.
All right. You both go home. The first person to arrive is Emery, and she gets to cooking right away. And she inquires about Baya helping her in the kitchen because she heard that you like to cook.
Yeah, I'd love to. We're both wearing aprons that say "Kiss the Chef."
Yes. And then others start to arrive. Was there anything that you wanted to do specifically in this dinner scene, or just?
I think that I wanted to give a space for Greystone to speak with Emery about what can be done about the cave, give them those ideas on making it look like it's destroyed, and then also offer Talmika any help that she may need and a place to stay if she'd like to stay here. And then set up a date for Magno and Vartan to spar and give her the keys.
Yeah, so we don't have to role play through all of that because that would be a lot of me talking. But to tackle the first ones, Emery and Greystone chat through a way to cover up the thing. She does have a spell that will allow the trees to grow over it and create bushes that'll go through that. And she can create give it a magic word to make the trees and brush part, should you guys want to gain access to the cave. Okay. So I will let you come up with whatever you want that magic word to be, and that will be the magic word that you can use later to gain access to the cave.
Irish wristwatch.
Irish wristwatch. But you got to say it 5 times real fast, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Magno is super excited. She brought a lot of her belongings with her. She left them out in a trunk outside the door. She does still have her horse in your stable as well, but she left belongings out in the trunk, and she's gonna head over to the house right after dinner, and after having a couple drinks of wine and hanging out with you. She's pretty much open to spar at any time. Obviously, it's gonna be a little bit busy once the Robin and the Doves get here at the inn, and she's still gonna help out with Cody.
I can light up the torches in the backyard, and we could spar.
Yeah. Put on a show for everyone with your Furbog's Justice Warhammer.
Yeah, crack open a couple bottles of wine in the backyard.
It's a good old time. And then Talmika at first is hesitant to take up your offer to stay just because she's been at the temple for so long. But honestly, she's feeling like a change of pace is probably good right now. And being in the house with you would be probably beneficial. So she accepts your offer to take one of the spare bedrooms upstairs.
All right.
Nice. This has been a most wonderful dinner. Thank you, Emery, for cooking. Thank you, Talmika, for bringing your walnut bread. And, I just really appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you for welcoming me back so wholeheartedly as you did. And let's make this a regular weekly thing.
Well said, says Greystone, and he lifts his glass to cheers your speech.
Well, cheers.
Thanks.
Alright, so everybody stays, you guys have a great time, you spar, you swap some books with Emery, you get your kitchen loaded up, and you make a nice little cozy bed for Talmika, who spends the night, and you call it a night. Our heroes will be right back after these messages.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hello, listeners. If you are enjoying the show and would like to take a look at a way to support the cast while getting yourself some nice perks, please consider our Patreon. We offer ad-free listening as well as this entire season if you select the binge tier or higher on our Patreon. Plus, you'll be directly supporting our cast for their work, as our team over at Creative Typo have begun to pay our voice actors for our performances. So check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Creative Typo. I would also like to give a big shout out to our executive producer from Patreon, Nick Mead. Thank you, Mead. We truly appreciate your support. Now, back to the town of Eterno. In the middle of the night, you hear a loud banging at the door.
Gonna get up and go downstairs. I'm guessing I'm probably in bed.
And you find Brasscane there. And he says,
Vartan, I know you're still recovering, but would you be willing to come with me? There's something I need you to see.
Yeah. Let me get Baya. I don't want to wake up Talmika. I'll be down. I'll be right back down in 5 seconds.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna go knock on Baya's door. Be like, hey, meet me downstairs.
Okay. And she gets dressed and comes down.
And I'm gonna rush back downstairs without being too loud to wake up Talmika. But yeah, 5-10 seconds. Right back at Brasscane.
All right, you ready?
What's going on?
About 2 hours ago, it appears the Briars were attacked. And they were murdered.
Oh, man. Yeah, lead the way.
Brasscane leads you through the city of Eterno to one of the properties that Kyrian had left to Vartan. It was one of the houses that had people living in it. 2 guards stand outside the front door. Both appear to be disturbed and sickened, likely from the scene inside the house. Brasscane pats one of them on the shoulder as he passes by, then makes his way into the house. The house is one of the properties that is in the center of the town, overlooking the market area. He says,
It doesn't look like when the demons were here. This looks like the work of humans. Monstrous, horrible humans. I don't know anyone in Eterno that is capable of this.
And he leads you through the main living area down into a basement. Before he opens the door, he pauses for a moment and looks at you seriously and says,
My friend, what you're about to see is a terrible, horrible scene. I would not blame any person for feeling sick after this. The brutality and horror beyond this door is inhumane. I wouldn't wish it on the worst of my enemies, and I'm sorry that I have to show you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Brass Cane opens the door to a ghastly scene. The Briar couple was slain, and their corpses were desecrated and left in mottled positions. Their faces are contorted in a way that exhibits the fear and terror that they must have been feeling at the time of death. Their blood was used to draw sigils on the floors, walls, and ceilings of the basement. The symbols themselves are dark and chaotic, and paint a narrative of horrible, if not demonic, things. Baya, you can now read these runes, but go ahead and make an Arcana check to see if you can identify what they do.
15.
Okay, a 15 does it. So, these runes are poorly imitated versions of the ancient elven runes from the Cave Network. It's not the same runic spell that you saw down there, but many of the runes are similar. There is one specific rune that is repeated more often than the others. It is the rune for dissolution, dissipation, cessation, and destruction. It's all the same rune, but it means those 4 things, depending on context. The runes are meant to serve as a poison or desecration to magic or a structure. The rune is a circle surrounding a pointed shape. The top half of the circle rests a rhombus, with the bottom resting near the center of the circle, and then splitting the rhombus in 2, a line runs from the center point where the 1 would be on a clock face down to the center of the clock. And then finally a line breaks out of the rhombus like a tail, running from the center part of the circle to where the 4 would be on the face of a clock.
Oh my heavens. Those poor people. They wrote the rune that we saw in the cave. All over the wall in their blood.
Yeah, this is... Oh, man. Yeah, this is a lot.
Why would someone do this? It has to be someone who knows about the runes in the cave.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they... I guess we do need a list of everybody that's been down there.
Can I do a quick investigation check to see if I see anything else?
You absolutely can. You can too, Vartan, if you'd like.
Got an 11.
I instead of an investigation for me, I would like to do a perception, because she's investigating the scene with the rune. Mm-hmm. I want to do a perception for the entire room and house kind of deal. See if there's any funny business, points of entry, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Baya, you can tell that the Briars were killed using a knife. You agree with Brass Cane this does not match the demon attacks, but you're not sure as to the positioning of their body, what that would mean, or any more about the weapon or how many attackers. And what did you get, Vartan?
23 for perception.
Vartan, you take in the entire scene of the basement, and this strikes you with a very upsetting level of familiarity around the acts of cultists. The same type of methods of how they would set up a scene, how they would kill the people, how the room would look. So you assume it's definitely a group of people based off your previous history and experiences.
Would I recognize... I wouldn't be able to recognize like any specific cultist group or anything like that from how they went about it? Or no, I don't think there would be enough for that.
I would say that there are ties to the cultist group that you are super familiar with, but not exact replication. But you can see some familiarity with it.
Okay. I'm gonna, after looking around, I'm gonna walk back over to Brass Cane and Baya, where Baya's doing her investigation. I'm gonna say, this couldn't have been done by one person. This was a group, and the signs point to a possible fanatical religious cult.
A religious cult?
Never seen anything like this from... It reminds me of a cult that I interacted with while I was out on my journey, but it is kind of sloppy too, so I'm not exactly sure who could have done this, but it definitely was more than one person.
This is just heartbreaking. And the Briars. Why the Briars?
Oh, obviously somebody's wanting to give us a message, I think.
But we hardly spoke to the Briars.
Yeah.
Vartan, is this house one of the ones with the tunnels connected?
Is this one that's got the tunnels connected?
This house is one of the houses with the tunnels connected to the basement.
Okay.
Do we see that opening or anything? Has it been used?
Yeah.
With that perception check that you rolled, I would definitely say yes, you saw it. No, it does not appear to have been used though. So it's kind of hidden the way the other tunnel entrances have been, and it does not appear to have been disturbed.
Can we get out of this basement before I get sick?
Thank you for listening to this episode of Ethereal Embrace, a creative Typo production. Vartan the Furbog Fighter is voiced and played by Adam Culbertson. Baya Rustin, the half-elf sorcerer, is voiced and played by Tisha. Brass Cane is voiced and played by Nick Mead's favorite bourbon. And I am Nico, your GM. Please remember to drop us a 5-star rating and review on your favorite podcatcher. Music provided in part by Midnight Syndicate, makers of the original Dungeons & Dragons soundtrack. If you would like to support our show or any of our other shows, you can join our family of patrons at patreon.com/creative typo. Remember, be safe, we love you all, and stay foolish.